Good night, my YouTube family. Good night, my powerful MVP family. I'm here, and tonight I'm just taking a minute to talk with you. It won't be a minute, you know that. But so many days now, and I'm thankful that I'm here. Thanks to all of you who have sent such warming, encouraging notes. Thanks for your love. Thank you for appreciating. Thank you for all things. As I went through my period of, and I must say this because I've always been saying to us that we have a relationship with God, and He will carry us through. And I always say to you, when you're going through stuff, find somebody to talk to. I've never told you guys to push through, you're strong enough, da da da. No, I always reminded you to find somebody to reach out to. Now my time came, and it was time to practice what I have been preaching. My frustration was a lot. It was a huge piece, and I know some people might have heard me crying, and they might say, "Oh, why is she crying? God will take care." And I know that. Don't ever think I doubt that. But as a human being, when things happen, we're going to react. I don't care how much relationship we have with God. And today I was looking up to see how tears affect us. And I am proud to say, because I always say this, don't ever think don't take my tears for weakness. A lot of times my tears prevent me from saying a harsh word, because those are things you cannot take back. People might laugh at you when you cry, and they might think, oh, you're weak, or this or that, or your baby, or what have you. But just know that it's best for them to say that than for you to spit out some nasty, ugly words that you cannot ever, ever. They leave that mark on people's hearts that no matter how much times you say you are sorry, it never changes. So I needed to see what benefits. Is crying a bad thing, or can it be a good thing? Because I know when I cried, as I said, it prevented me from going off in the wrong direction and saying unnecessary things. So tonight I say, never take anyone's tears for weakness. Not mine, not anyone else's. As children, we often get admonished, right? To wipe your eyes, dry up the tears. And as we sit or stand there, heaving and moaning, trying hard to keep from crying, sometimes we are slapped to stop crying, and you are forced. You're crying, and you're moaning, and you're going, but the tears, you can't just stop the tears. You keep going until you finally calm down, right? As we get older again, we often see when people are frustrated and cry, people would ask, what's she crying for? What are you crying for? Followed by the hissing of teeth and the disgust. Terms such as weeping willow and stupid follows. Because some people who are not, in the country areas and stuff, was she cry for stupid? Somebody can cry for that, or, not understanding that the tears are good for something. Men who cry are often called sissies. They're ridiculed for not being a man. You need to man up, or they're called a baby or a girl. But tears should never be taken for weakness. Tears are actually good for us. So there's some reasons why tears are good for us, and I'm going to talk about a few of them. It relieves stress. Tears relieve stress. As stated by the aging care writer Mr. Frey, Chronic stress can increase the possibility of a heart attack. It can damage parts of the brain. It can cause digestive issues like ulcers, and it can cause tension headaches or migraines. So a good cry can give good release. Then it says that crying can lower blood pressure. Holding things in, we know, can push the blood pressure up, but a good crying and letting things out by venting settles the blood pressure. The next thing is that tears can remove toxins from the body. Tears helps humans get rid of stress hormones like cortisol that builds up during times of turmoil. Crying helps both physically and emotionally because it allows us to start over with a blank slate. I like to talk about that blank slate because our kids who come to us so troubled, they were born as blank slates, and what we put on it, the environment we raise them in, the way we talk to them, the way we treat them, the way people around us treat them, it creates this hard core kind of a thing that shouldn't have been, but it's the reality of what we have to deal with. Mr. Frey says that we should embrace our emotions and our human side. He says we all produce tears to wash our eyes. We shed tears in response to emotional stress. Crying helps us to acknowledge the feelings we are going through. And the emotions encourage us to put things together in order to survive whatever we are going through. So crying is good. So yes, I know for a fact that crying serves an important social function. My situation that I went through was proof of that. I saw how my tears communicated that I was frustrated, right? It truly enlightened me to the strength and nature of our relationships. All right. It draws sympathy and assistance, and it draws individuals closer to one another. I read the comments on my video. I embrace all of them. I thank and appreciate all of you who was just there. Never met you guys, but the words, the offers of support tells me that you truly care. And so I want to thank each and every one of you who kind of put yourself in my situation and just understood. I wasn't frustrated because I didn't get something from my husband. I wasn't frustrated because I'm at work and they passed me over and gave an award. I was frustrated because of how things happened and a threat was made. Not to punch me, not to kick me, but a threat was made on my life. And the threat, along with the way it was handled, it bothered me because we in the school district, from day one when the school doors opened, acknowledged that the kids came back with more mental struggles. So we cannot take these things lightly. We cannot make them seem like it's nothing because we don't know what they're capable of doing. So I thank you guys for understanding my point, and I'm glad I can do this video without the tears and the frustration, because little by little I'm putting things in perspective. I am going to be a poor girl but I'd rather to be poor and mentally stable than to continue going into a situation where it's just going to get worse. Parents are not parents like before who understand. Parents are ready to attack. Parents are not parents who are looking at two sides of anything anymore. Parents, no matter how much they will be at home and they know their children are not truthful, but when they come out to deal with teachers and you have to reach out to them, then of course they're listening to their kids, they believe in their kids. And so these are things that you have been going through the years, and now that you're seeing that kids can be so interesting, then you have to start saying, what's more important here? Going in, making X amount, 6 figures a year, or having your sanity? But I know God will open other doors for me, and so I'm not even worried about it. I need to be able to feel safe. So I'm just saying to you guys, the next time you feel overwhelmed, go decompress. Go decompress. Whether on a caring shoulder, who is people always there. When my situation came, you should see, I'm walking down the hall, just minding my business, just going my way, because I've sent out my letter, I did what I needed to do, and I was at that point, like, and then when you see the outpouring of support, people who were just frustrated because I said, this is a veteran teacher who has consistently been X, Y, and Z. I'm like just standing there, like people would say little things to you over time, but when this situation came up, you feel like, my God, people cared so much, people respected you so much, people. And so when you're going through your thing, don't sit and stifle and then get a heart attack, get ulcers in your stomach, and go through all of this. Get your migraines and, oh my God, I'm so stressed, and you're rubbing, and you can't get release. Go cry. Cry it out. It's not shame. It's not a shame. Don't let anybody make you feel less than you should. It doesn't show you're weak. It doesn't take away your strength. Go cry. Find a shoulder. There are many out there. You'd be shocked to know that when that tear comes, that there are many who are out there waiting to support. So find one of those shoulders and you cry. If there's no shoulder, go find a quiet space and you cry. In your doctor's office, when I went to my doctor, I was just crying. I was just crying because I couldn't deal with it. It was too much. And I cried there. Go to your doctor's office, cry. Just cry. Don't sit and hold it in. Your therapist on the phone with you, cry. Because now I have to get therapy. And I was able to cry it all out. So I'm sure the next time, our next session, I will have to be bawling. I can start looking at how to fix myself again. Right? It will be just that thing you need to start dealing with what frustrates you. So cry if you must. Don't let anybody tell you you're childish, or you're in some relationships. You have some men, if their wives are crying, then they put them down and talk garbage. You have some men never cries. They never see them cry because society makes it a bad thing if they cry. And they hold things in and they hold it in. And sometimes when a simple question asked comes out so cruel. Because what? They're not learning to deal with their emotions. So you cry. My son, if you have to cry, you cry. You don't hold things in and bust your heart. You cry. My daughters, you don't just act like you're big and tough. You cry when things don't go right. You let people know that what they did was not a good thing. And if you have to cry, cry. Don't cuss words to people. Don't put them down. Don't ever let them walk away and talk about, oh my God, I couldn't believe that she said this. Or you cry. You tell how you feel, why you're feeling how you feel, and you bawl if you have to bawl. Let the tears flow. It's good for you. So thank God I'm here with you guys. I'm still sane. I'm still loving. I'm still kind. I'm still Miss Bev. Things are gonna get a little harder. I'll have to channel some things and to do what I need to do until I'm old enough for things to change. But God is good. And I was telling my Terrian earlier in a comment that she made. I said, these things happen. I would never understand it. You're going in, you're teaching, and the kids get worse. They're not learning as much as they should. People are cuddling them. They're not holding them accountable. People are not setting expectations for them. And when you do, you seem like a harsh person. It's hard. It's hard. You have 60-something kids, and only a few kids are doing well, and they don't want you to teach anything by repetition. They expect kids to go in and you give them a problem and they figure it out when kids don't even know where to begin. They come in and there's nothing there. And so you have to figure out what's more important. To keep telling them, help me change this because it's not working. Or to sit there and, okay, yeah, good idea. And you're not one of those people. So God, as I said to her, this could have been different, but God has another plan. So I'm going to wait and depend on Him and watch what He does for me. So thanks for prayer, thanks for love. Thank you so much, guys. Totally appreciate all of you. And I'm hoping that I will be able to start doing my videos again. Regardless, that things will get better. So thank you and have a great night. If you can't be good, be careful, walk good, do good. Go cry, just go cry. Just go cry just because it makes you feel good.